Kanyi, tell us about the Retirement Benefits Authority Kenya investment strategy, with a particular focus on your strategy and interest in investing in capital markets and infrastructure, both within and outside Kenya. What are your views and recommendations on how to stimulate more co-investing between Africa Pension and Sovereign Wealth Funds?
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, I think I would like to just enlighten you. The RBA, that's the Retirement Benefits Authority, our main role is to license and supervise private pension schemes in Kenya, which includes the National Social Security Fund. We have, over the years, seen a growth in the industry. We are currently at about $7.7 billion US, and the schemes are growing. But we have several challenges, which is the low uptake. But our role as RBA is to not only advise government on pension policies, but also to try and increase coverage and to try and see how we can assist in increasing the ratio, savings ratio, which is quite low. On the investments front, we have seen an increased uptake and investments in capital markets and infrastructure. Previously, most of the pension schemes were investing in land and bank securities, but now there's a big uptake in the capital markets, which we think the pensions industry has, I think, about 20% of market capitalization in Kenya. Part of the role we have is to encourage and to educate the schemes on various investment opportunities, both within the country and outside. And one of the ratios, we set ratios, investment ratios for the pension schemes. And currently they are allowed to invest up to 15% in offshore or in African markets. But because of the low problems of knowledge, I think they only invest about 5%. So we have a challenge there to try and encourage them to invest in other African markets. In the year 2009, we held an investment conference in conjunction with the International Monetary Fund, the Capital Markets Authority, and the Insurance Regulatory Authority in Kenya to enlighten the schemes on other investment opportunities, not only in the country, but also outside, and especially in the African market. There's been an increased interest in Africa, and there's also a lot of infrastructural projects that are coming up. And we have tried to encourage them to invest in the infrastructural projects, especially government infrastructural projects. And we have seen a more uptake of government bonds by the private pension scheme.
So, Kanyi, is this interest you're seeing from local players within Kenya, or are you talking about across Africa? I mean, what do you think we can do to stimulate interest from other African countries into our markets?
I think one of the things we need to do is have more collaboration and conjunction with other schemes in Africa, so that we are able to enlighten them on all the investment opportunities that we have, both in Kenya and across the African continent.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you.
I would like to ask, how much investment are the pension funds here prepared to make in infrastructure funds, for example, for a regional infrastructure fund, not local, national fund like in Botswana, but for example, for East Africa. There is a community out there. There are also West African possibilities. So are you restricted from investing in a dollar-based fund of that sort? And if not, I would like to talk to you.
For Kenya, as RBA, we are in the process of establishing new guidelines, investment guidelines, and one of the emphasis we want to place is on government securities and sovereign funds because of their long-term nature. Infrastructural funds, because of the interest now in the East African region, in energy and roads. So we are advising government on increasing the investment portfolios for these funds.
Thank you.
Doing business in Africa, you can't afford to be without Africa Investor.